The next topic that we are going to discuss is a simple GUI, that is graphical user interface with one user interaction. Now, how to create a layout? To get started, select the guide icon from the toolbar or just simply write or type guide at the command line. The guide quick start window will open. To start a new project, simply select the blank GUI template located in the list on the left hand side of the window. After that, a new figure window called the guide layout editor will open as shown here. To create a layout of buttons, text boxes and graphics windows, use the icons on the left hand side of the window in the component palette. To change the palette of tools to a list of the item names, just select File, then Preferences and then Guide. Then check Show Names in Component Palette. The Property Inspector is used to modify the design elements. The Property Inspector can be accessed from the menu bar by selecting View, then Property Inspector. The Property Inspector lists a wide range of properties for the selected object in the guide window. One can change the font of the message displayed, change the color of the text box, etc. You can also use the same process to modify the properties of the edit text box. The guide window can be saved and run by selecting the Save and Run icon from the window toolbar. Next is adding code to M-file. The M-file is organized as a function with multiple subfunctions. Some of the subfunctions create the graphics in the saved window. Others are reserved for adding the code that will cause an action when a user interacts with the graphical user interface, that is GUI. To see a list of the functions in the saved file, select the Show Functions icon on the toolbar. The only functions a user should modify are labeled as GUI name opening function and graphics object name callback. Next is callbacks. It allows the user to interact with the GUI. Clicking on the function of intersect will show the corresponding section of code. An alternative approach to find the appropriate subfunction to modify is to use the layout editor. Just right click on the graphics object, select View Callbacks, then select Callback. Next is get function. When a user types in a text box, the contents are stored as the string properties. To retrieve the information and use it in M-file, just use the get function. Next is how to run GUI. To run GUI, select the Save and Run icon from the M-file window or from the guide layout editor. To run the GUI, type a value into the editor window and hit enter. The opening function is the only other subfunction to be modified in this file. It executes when the GUI first runs and can be used to control how the figure window appears before the user starts adding data. So this is how you can create and run the GUI with single user interaction. So this is all. Thanks.